Hey, it's Bri, and when you look good, you feel good. So today, you're getting ready with me, and you already know I'm gonna spill the tea because my life is a movie. I can't even make this up.
Should she suffer? All right, clap if you think she should suffer.
I am all forehead in this video. I quite literally got my hair done yesterday. And don't get me wrong, my hair looks good as fuck. I have just been a wig warrior for so long. Any hairstyle that is not a fucking lace front is just gonna throw me off. This style makes sense because I'm literally going to Vegas in 10 days. I want to grow my hair. Like, this is a protective style summer. I'm sorry. Also, quick disclaimer, if you see bundles in the back, bitch, I got my hair done yesterday. My bad. Like, sorry. I don't know what you want me to say. Child. Anyway, so like I said, Vegas is coming up. I want to make sure that I am practicing my makeup every single day because my last get ready with me was a little bit traumatic, bitch. Like, I feel like I lost my touch. I'm not gonna be out there looking crazy. Speaking of looking crazy, let me tell you guys what inspired today's video. I'm getting ready to go to Vegas. I'm just very satisfied with where I am in life right now. Like, I'm getting my hair done religiously. I'm uploading consistently to my channel. I have really been feeling superstar energy as of lately. Sometimes when my life is going good, it reminds me of times when I really was struggling. I don't know why my brain works like that. Like, sometimes I will get a craving for noodles or for hamburger helper or for like different kind of struggle meals that I used to eat because it will bring back memories of when I wanted to be in this place, if that makes sense. I'm not even sure I'm making sense. I just have a lot of shit to get off my chest and I want to get straight into it. At the beginning of the video, I told you guys, when you look good, you feel good. And that is a hill that I am willing to die on because I remember growing up ugly and I remember how people used to treat me, okay? And I'm also hyper aware of how people treat me current day because of my glow up, because I am so invested in how I look. Obviously, because I'm traumatized from my developmental years. Nobody can ever tell me beauty is in the eye of the beholder and all that other corny shit. I've lived life, okay? I know for a fact people judge you. People judge you off how you look, okay? Take that how you want to take that. I want to share a story with you guys that quite literally still haunts me to this day because I cannot believe the kind of people that I used to associate with. And I feel like that's why a lot of people think that I'm fake. When people from my past reach out to me, they automatically assume that I have malicious intent. Bitches only feel that way because they know they did me dirty. Have you ever heard of something called white man's guilt? Where it's like white people know what they did to black people. They know how they treated black people. And so like in the back of their mind, they're super paranoid that one day we're just gonna like rise up and take over because technically we should be rising up and we should be taking over. But let's not get political. Let's not take it there. That's the best way that I can describe the phenomenon that I experience with people from my past now that I am the woman that I am today. Bitches know what the fuck they've said. Bitches know what the fuck they've done. For some reason, they think that in 2025, they're so important and so relevant that a bitch is still seeking revenge. What did Beyonce say? Always stay gracious. Best revenge is your paper. I could scream, I could holler, I could get my lick back, and bitches still won't get it. Why should I hold on to that negative energy when I could just get my money up, not my funny up? It's just so crazy to me that bitches think they matter that much. But anyways, let's get into this story time because I have nothing better to do today than talk shit.
Hello? Listen, because a real bitch is talking. who gets real fucking money.
So during this time in my life, I was living with my ex. And I know some of you bitches are tired of me bringing up my exes, but if you were traumatized how I was traumatized, you would get your bag too. Like, you would run up a bag too, because bitch, what else am I supposed to do with all this trauma? Exactly.
What have I done to anybody but to get money?
So, yeah, I was living with my ex. My YouTube channel was popping the fuck off. Every video I uploaded was getting like 20,000 views. During this time, I was not only delusional, but I was also naive. I used to believe that other people were like me. I used to expect myself from other people. And I feel like that's very childish. And I feel like that's very naive. I used to be the kind of person that, you know, how do I want to say this? I used to be the kind of person that wanted to be Captain Save-A-Ho. I don't know any other way to say it. I'm pretty sure when I'm editing this video, I could think of like 25 million different ways to say what I just said. But for right now, I'm gonna call myself Captain Save-A-Ho because that's what it was giving. Like, there were people in my life that quite literally hated my guts and did not want to see me succeed. And I was so oblivious to that because I'm not a jealous person. So I feel like if you're winning and I'm in proximity to you, especially if I've been saying my prayers, okay? And I know that's probably gonna irritate somebody's demons. I know somebody's gonna be like, why the fuck does this bitch always have to bring religion or spirituality into the chat? I'll tell you why. I'm not an envious bitch. Like, I don't know if it's the way that I was raised or if I'm just that confident in myself to where I don't see the point in being mad at somebody when I have the same 24 hours that they have. But apparently, a lot of people do not feel the same way. And honestly, I blame that damn phone. Everybody talks shit about influencers and celebrities and this and that. But it's kind of like high school. Like, in high school, deep down, everybody wanted to be popular. There's no other way that I can articulate my point of view. Where my mindset was at the time, I was like hyper focused on my dreams finally coming true. I wanted to be famous since my earliest memory. That was quite literally happening in real time. That's all I could think about. That's all I cared about. And yeah, I don't even want to say I was on my high horse. And I also don't even want to say that I was delusional because, I mean, numbers don't lie. But I was living some kind of fairy tale for real. Like, looking back, I'm so confused how I did not see the signs. But this particular day, I was getting ready to film a video. And let me tell you what my ex used to do. I started to notice that every time I was getting ready to film a video, my ex would start an argument with me because at the time I was so emotionally reactive. If you triggered me, it would throw my whole fucking day off. When I was younger and me and my ex used to argue, I would literally call out of work and I would take a mental health day. And that's why I'm not where I want to be in life now, because I was calling out of work over the dumbest shit. Now that I'm older, like, do you really think I'm gonna let some man stop my bag? Do you really think I'm gonna let a man be that important that I can't eat, I can't sleep, and I can't get to the money? That don't even make sense to me. And that's why I would never want to be young again in my life, because you really are stupid. I just gotta be real. Like, there's stuff that actually made sense to me when I was like in my early 20s that does not make a lick of sense to me today. You couldn't put a gun to my head to make me do some of the stupid shit that I used to do. My boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend, literally used to torture me mentally because he knew he could, because he knew that I was always gonna give him a reaction because I cared too fucking much. Like, and it's so funny because looking back at that time in my life, how did I allow a grown-ass man to live under my roof and torture me in my house? But hey, you live and you learn. learn. And you know what's crazy? What stands out to me with this particular story is the fact that we weren't even beefing that day. That's what stands out to me. Like, any other time I would be able to tell you like, oh, we got in an argument because of this. I don't even remember what triggered him this day. I thought that we were having a good day because when I went into the bathroom to start getting ready, he was in my room, emphasis on my room, playing the video game. He was having his way because I take like 2 hours to get fucking ready. So you have 2 hours unbothered on the fucking game. And I'm in the bathroom living in La La Land, doing girly things. So this era of my life was definitely giving baddie on a budget. I literally was pushing out those YouTube videos because I was like 3 months behind on rent. That's exactly why I said sometimes when I'm so happy in life, I'm reminded of how far I've come. I'm not joking when I tell you guys I literally was creating content so I could survive. And now to be able to take my money and travel and like actually live life, I don't want to say it's shocking because I always knew that I would get to this point. It's triggering. That's what I'll say. I'll say it's triggering because sometimes I feel like, how the fuck did I take so long to get to this place in life? Like, what the fuck was not clicking? I didn't have it like that during that time in my life. I was wearing $50 synthetic wigs. I remember I would go on YouTube and I would watch different girls do wig reviews on synthetic wigs. And to be fair, during that time, a lot of girls were wearing synthetic wigs. Like, that was kind of like the trend during that time. So I'm not gonna go too hard on myself because I feel like everybody was trying to get a bang for their buck. I would buy 3 synthetic wigs at a time because, like I said, it was trending on social media. Everybody was wearing synthetic wigs. I was like obsessed with Twitter, and there was like this one girl on Twitter that was charging $500 to customize synthetic wigs. Somebody get in the comments and tell me if you remember who I'm talking about, because in 2025 that bitch was a fucking scammer. Why are you paying $500 to customize a $42 wig? That's crazy, okay? But during this time, obviously, I was heavily influenced. I wanted the look. Because they were synthetic, I was running through those wigs. That's why I said I was buying like 3 wigs at a time. Even when I didn't have money, I was obsessed with changing my look. Your girl had options, okay? One of my favorite wigs during this time was a bone straight honey blonde wig with the side part. If I could find a picture of that wig, I will post it on the screen so you guys can see what triggered my ex so bad, because he definitely was triggered. This particular day, I was gonna wear the honey blonde wig with the side part. That's what I felt like it was giving. I was stripping at this particular time in my life. That wig was making me a lot of money. Me and my honey blonde side part wig, we was like this. So before I even went to go do my makeup, I had my wig hanging on the side of my bed. I already told you guys that I take at least 2 hours to get ready. Now, one thing that I do remember about this day that will never leave my mind, when I was getting ready, I was not listening to music. I was listening to full-on Christian sermons.
Jesus cover me under the blood. Under the blood, me say me under the blood.
I was just getting in that zone. That's what works for me sometimes. And I'm bringing that up because I'm gonna leave it up to you guys to decide if hearing the word of the Lord or the presence of God being in my house triggered my ex to the point that he felt like he needed to fucking sabotage me. Okay, girl? I'm gonna leave that up to the chat to decide. Me personally, I feel like it was giving demonic behavior, okay? And I need to say this because I need you guys to understand why this story still fucking disturbs me to this day. I wasn't even arguing with this man. We had no prior beef. At least as far as I remember, I did nothing to that man that day. And let me not even say it like that. Let me not word it in a way where it sounds like he abused me, but sometimes I deserved it. That man was torturing me, bitch. bitch. He was. But what I'm saying is, it was a normal day up until I walked out of my bathroom. I went in my bedroom, looking at the corner where my wig was literally hanging an hour or 2 hours prior, and thinking to myself, where the fuck did my wig go? Like, I need you guys to understand, I'm not just yapping. I'm bringing this story together. I'm bringing this story to life. I need you guys to see shit how I see shit, because I was mortified to the point that I'm literally doing this story on the internet, because I cannot believe how fucking weird people are, bro. So I'm in my room, I'm standing in the doorway, and I'm quite literally too stunned to speak. I did not know what to say because I knew that I was gonna look crazy. When I set my wig to the side, that was me making a mental note to myself. It wasn't like I chose my wig for the day and then I announced it to my boyfriend, oh, I'm gonna wear this wig, da 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 da. I just set that wig to the side and went on about my day. The potential for me to be gaslit was definitely there because there was no conversation. You get what I'm saying? I was like trying to process what I was gonna say next or how I was gonna go about getting to the bottom of this situation. And that's why I said my life is a movie. This is the kind of shit that only happens to me. I'm not trying to be dramatic, but I was scared. I was actually scared because I knew in my soul that my ex did something to that wig. Like, it didn't grow legs and walk away. But I didn't know how to call him out. I did not know how to get him to admit that he did some weird shit. Eventually, I built up the courage and the common sense to ask this man, where did my wig go? Like, where the fuck is my wig? And all my bitches that watch true crime, I'm gonna need you to come to the front, because I grew up watching so many crime shows, CSI, Criminal Minds. I'm gonna need my girls to the front if you are obsessed with true crime. And I will take it a step further. Has anybody in the chat ever seen that movie Changeling with Angelina Jolie? I will put a screenshot on the screen. In that movie, Angelina Jolie is like a woman in the 1920s and her son gets kidnapped, and she knows for a fact that her son is missing, and like the police give her this random ass boy that's not her son. And so because it's the 1920s, everybody tries to make it seem like my girl is crazy, and it's like, who the fuck is this random boy? That's not my son. Where is my son? That is exactly what happened to me with this particular story time, bitch. Except it wasn't my son, it was my honey blonde wig. Like,
my diamond earring came off in the ocean and it's gone. Kim, there's people that are dying.
I don't know why that's so funny to me, but it is, because like, first world problems. And not only that, I told you guys, this is the kind of shit that only fucking happens to me. Tell me why, when I addressed the issue and I asked my ex, where the fuck is my wig? This grown ass man said to me, what wig? Huh? I cannot make this up. I cannot make this the fuck up. He literally looked at me in my eyeballs, in my soul, and he was like, what wig? That's why I told y'all, when I set my wig to the side, it was no conversation. It wasn't like, oh baby, what wig should I wear today? Da 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 da. I already knew what wig I was gonna wear. There was nothing to talk about. And so I knew that he was gonna flip that shit on me and make it seem like the whole time you were getting ready, I was in my own world. Don't blame nothing on me. I've been sitting here playing the game. I don't really know if I could find the words to express how his response made me feel. I don't necessarily want to say that I was such a people pleaser, but obviously to some extent, people felt like they could play in my face to the point that they could manipulate my reality. We have to be honest and we have to be real. Clearly, I allowed my ex to get away with so much shit that he felt like he could lie that boldly to my face, bro. How else can I tell the story and it makes sense? It would not make sense any other way unless I take accountability, right? So this is me taking accountability. I let that man play in my face for so long that he actually thought, oh, I could just lie to this bitch face and she's gonna get over it. It is what it is. But no, it was never giving that. I could can tolerate a lot of shit, but I cannot tolerate somebody disrespecting my intelligence. Like, that is the highest form of disrespect to me, because there's no way you could be around a bitch like me and think that I'm slow. I did not press him immediately. Like, when he lied to my face initially, I was not as aggressive as you may think that I was. I like to build Ricos on people. Like, I like to see how far a bitch will go with me. This happened years ago, so I don't remember exactly how long we went back and forth, but I know for a fact I was not letting up off his ass. You are not gonna sit up here and look me in the eye and tell me that I did not put a wig right there on the side of my bed. That's what the fuck we're not gonna do. I just took matters into my own hands and I was like, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. I had a trash bag in my room. Immediately, I went through the trash bag. There was nothing in there. He did not have a key to get back into the apartment. So I knew that wherever my wig was, it was either in my actual room or it was in the trash outside. And let me tell you guys something, because I do not want this to go over your head. In that moment, I quite literally was scared for my life. I saw a side of my ex that deeply concerned me. The fact that I compared this experience to the movie Changeling lets you know the amount of mental, spiritual, and physical warfare I was quite literally under during this time in my life. And that's why sometimes I can't even enjoy being happy. I can't even enjoy the skin that I am in today, because I remember how hard I had to fucking fight to get to this point. My room had a balcony, and that's why I brought up the fact that my ex did not have a key, because technically my ex could leave my apartment through the balcony, but he would still be inside of the apartment complex, if that makes sense. I knew in my heart and in my soul that my wig was not too far. I went out my balcony to the big garbage. I wasn't like digging through the trash bin. That would be crazy. I just gave it an overlook. I just like peeped the scenery. I knew that the trash bin was full. This happened over the weekend. I knew that if he threw my wig in the big trash for the whole apartment, I would be able to see it, because if he was gonna hide it, he would quite literally have to jump in the dumpster. You get what I'm saying? So I look in my room, I didn't find the wig. I go outside, I look in the dumpster, did not see the wig, and so obviously I come back in my apartment. At this point, there's no conversation, because what kind of bitch would I be to continue asking a question and allowing you to continue lying to my face? That would make me crazy too, right? There's no conversation. I'm just looking for my shit. Let me tell you where I found my wig. I kept all my wigs in my closet. Do you remember how girls used to keep their bundles in like a plastic bag? I had a bag full of wigs. And so something told me to look in my closet, and that's exactly what I did. I went through my bag of wigs. There was nothing in there, but then I noticed in the back of my closet, like tucked very tightly in the corner, there was a black bag, like one of those bags that you get from the liquor store. It wasn't a garbage bag, it was just a black bag. And I'm like, when the fuck did that get there? And the way that it was like tucked in my closet, it looked like somebody was trying to hide that shit. Like, it was literally hidden behind my laundry basket. Why would I put a bag right there? This nigga was fucking with my mind. I'm trying to get you guys to understand that. Like, I'm trying to get you guys to really understand this was psychological warfare, like for real, for real. So when I went to grab the bag, I could feel that there was another bag inside. So I opened up the first bag, and tell me why when I opened up the second bag, I found my honey blonde wig chopped to fucking pieces. Yeah, my ex-boyfriend hated me so much that he took some scissors that were in my room, because he was living with me. I don't want that to go over your fucking head, right? You know how they say never bite the hand that feeds you? Clearly, he's never heard that before, because the way that he took my scissors in my bedroom and cut up my wig that I paid for, bitch. So when I found the wig, it wasn't like I found it directly in his face. I was standing in the closet pulling out pieces of my wig, trying to process the fact that he is that fucking hateful. Remember, I told you guys I had multiple fucking wigs. He could have cut up any wig, but clearly that honey blonde wig triggered him. Like, it obviously bothered him to the core. I don't even know what to say. Like, telling this story is teleporting me back to that time in my life, and I don't even know what to say, because in that moment I did not know what the fuck to say. Like, that was the moment where I actually had to consider the reality that my ex hates me. That was such a wake-up call for me. I remember I walked out of my closet and I had like pieces of my wig in my hand, and all I said to him was, I found my wig. And I remember throwing that wig in the trash, picking another wig, and going on about my day, because what else could I do? I already spent 2 hours getting ready. At the end of the day, I had a video to film. Like, I'm not about to sit up here and argue with you, especially because I already told you guys, I started to notice the pattern. I started to notice that that was like his thing. He used to get off on arguing with me to the point that it would stress me out so bad that I wouldn't be able to film. And I wasn't gonna let him win that day. I could honestly say I was more shocked and scared than I was angry. I'm gonna be so real. Like, I couldn't even get mad. I was like, I'm dealing with a weirdo. And that's why I said, my girls that watch true crime, bring your ass to the front. Because cutting up my wig, lying to my face, the psychological warfare, I feel like actually taking scissors and cutting up somebody's wig is so violent. It's so like sick and fucking twisted, bitch. And it's crazy to me that he's the one that went around and was doing this whole smear campaign trying to call me crazy. Never have I ever just fucked your shit up. Like, what are we talking about? Granted, he didn't even have shit, but still. And let me tell you guys something. I was talking to one of my old exes recently. He brought up the fact that, like, I don't like him and I made so many videos about him. And honestly, when he brought up my YouTube channel, I didn't even give a fuck. I didn't even address that, because how are you mad that you did some fucked up shit to me and I made a story about it and now I'm able to pay my rent because of it? You don't feel bad that you did me dirty. You feel bad that I'm able to monetize off of your shitty behavior. That's all you care about. And I feel like the same applies to this particular ex from this particular story time. If I did not have this YouTube channel, he would not even see the problem with his fucking behavior. He would think that what he did was normal. That's what's crazy. And that's how I know a bitch is traumatized. How could I be standing here years later, getting ready to go on a fucking trip? My first trip of the summer. I got my hair done. I tried lash clusters for the first time. And I'm still sitting up here thinking about some crazy shit that a man did to me like 5 years ago. And now that we made it to the end of this video, I'm actually happy that I finally am at a place in my life where I can come on camera and I can tell you guys this story. If you could learn anything from me, I need you guys to understand that the wrong man will literally drive you crazy, bitch. Entertaining the wrong man, loving the wrong man will have you looking broke, busted, and disgusted. You're gonna be looking a fucking mess. And then when you break up with that guy, because you look crazy, because you did not keep your hair done, you did not keep your nails done, your money was funny, that man gets to go out in the world and make you the crazy bitch. When the whole time, he's the reason you are the crazy bitch. That is what gets me. Anyway, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed this Get Ready With Me. And most importantly, I hope that I was able to distract you from my big ass forehead. But I think I look cute. If you guys like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Support your girl. Get those fingers moving in the comments below and let me know what you guys want to see from me next. How did you guys feel about this story time? Are you bitches excited to come with me to Vegas? I mean, there's so much to unpack here, but I know we're gonna talk about it all in those comments below because you bitches clock everything, okay? I love you guys so much. Thank you for letting me trauma dump on you every single Sunday. I will see you next week in the next video. Till next time.